You guys, I think I have a new favorite neutral palette and it's from Unearthly Cosmetics. I think this one is already available. Check the description box because I think they said they were going to drop this today. I don't think it's a pre-order, but I will clarify. So if you want to see two looks, hear my review on this palette, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so like I mentioned, I do have the Just a Taste palette here from Unearthly, and I do have close-ups and swatches of this palette. I'm so excited to get into creating with this palette, so let's go ahead and take a look at the swatches as well as the close-ups of the palette. So as you can see, we have this new layout that Unearthly has been doing. So we have 18 shades and we have alternating mattes and shimmers. We've got 9 mattes and 9 shimmers, and these are so stunning. Oh my goodness, I just love every single one of these shades. I feel like every single one makes such a beautiful connection to this color story, and it's just the most delicious palette right now, and I'm so excited about it. And I feel like Unearthly's done so many fun color stories this year, but I'm so excited that they have something for the neutral lovers out there. I actually recently was inspired to film a video with some of my favorite indie neutral palettes, so you'll see that coming up soon as well, in case you've been trying to find an indie neutral eyeshadow palette, since I've heard that that's actually quite hard to do. So you can check that video out, or look for it. It'll be up soon here, but this palette is gorgeous. I did create 2 eye looks, so let's go ahead and get into the more neutral look with this palette. Did Unearthly just make the best neutral palette? Like, I'm so excited. I think you guys are gonna freak out when you get your hands on this. So let me just go ahead and start working. I am just gonna use this shirt as like inspiration. It's like the perfect, most basic fall shirt in the history of shirts. So I have to use all the warm tones, I think, today. So first off, I'm going to start off with Veins of Velvet, which is a beautiful brown color right here, and that's going to be my crease shade. Okay, I really like how that's looking. I'm going to go into the shade called Vampire's Lair as well. It's kind of like an orangey brown, and I'm going to put that kind of on the inner corner and blend it into the shade that I used on the crease. That crease shade almost has like a purpley tone to it. It looked like a chocolate in the pan, but has like a purpley undertone almost. Are you guys getting ready for the holidays? I feel like I'm gonna blink and it's gonna be Thanksgiving, and then I'm gonna blink twice and it's gonna be Christmas. And I am not super duper ready. I've got some gifts for the kids. We're probably gonna do something low-key. We're not gonna go too crazy this year, so there's that. But moms of littles, let me know your favorite holiday traditions. I'm just sitting here blending, don't mind me. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play with this color, but I think I might save that for the more colorful eye look. So for the more chill eye look, I think we'll use Mortal Dusk. That's like a pretty purpley, like coppery shifting shade. I think it's a duochrome. I don't think it's a multi-chrome, but I think it's gonna look really pretty all over the lid. And then I'm gonna darken up the outer corner. I've been like preferring to do that just because I feel like that way the shimmer shade like can really kind of shine instead of only being on the first half of the lid. I freaking love Unearthly shimmer formula. It's so beautiful and just foils so stunning on the lid, and I'm just so happy with how this looks. Oh, that's pretty. So you could even just do that. Like, you really don't have to deepen it up. But I'm going to take the shade called Nocturnal Kiss. It's this dark brown at the start of the palette. I'm just going to take a little bit, and I just need to put a little bit right here just so I can sleep at night. That is such a pretty dark brown shade. So I'm going to probably put a little bit of it on the lower lash line as well, but first I need to line the waterline, so let me do that really quick. So of course I had to use my favorite brown eyeliner. This is Rich Chocolate from Melt. If you guys are planning on shopping the Melt website, especially with the Bailey Syrian launch, highly recommend throwing this shade in your bag. You will not regret it. Okay, so I'm going to take this blending brush from Fantasy Cosmetica and go into Nocturnal Kiss, which is that deep shade that I had in the outer corner. And since this is kind of a fluffier, smaller blending brush, I thought it would be the right one to use to kind of connect the outer corner with the outer corner of the lower lash line. Okay, I feel like it's definitely looking very dramatic, very smoky. So on the lower lash line, I'm going to grab another small pencil brush, and I think I'm going to use the shade Vampire's Lair kind of in the inner portion. And then I just need to figure out what I want to use as an inner corner shade, because a lot of these shimmers are kind of like mid-tone shimmers. So don't think there's anything really light enough to go in the inner corner. But I'm sure I have a powder highlighter or a Unearthly eyeshadow somewhere that I can reach for. I'm gonna add a little bit of Mortal Dusk on the lid too. Just really want to amp up the shimmer. I'm just adding more. That looks so intense. A double layer of the lid shade. Just felt like it got swallowed up by all the mattes I added afterwards, but that's cute. Okay, maybe I'll just add Mortal Dusk in the inner corner. Just give that a nice little spray. It's like a really pretty like duochrome bronzy purple shadow. Something a little bit unique, but also still like a pretty neutral color. I just popped on the shade that was on my lid on my inner corner as well, and just pulled it in to the lower lash line a little bit as well. So yeah, I really like how that looks. I do need to set my under eyes and throw on some blush and highlighter as well as a lip product. I do have some new ones. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys. I think I might just film those as reels. So I'm going to finish up the look and I'll be right back to show you. Okay, so here is the first finished look with the Just a Taste palette. I think that you guys are going to love this palette, honestly. I can't help myself. I'm really excited about a more neutral palette from Unearthly. Now, let me tell you really quick what else is on my face in case you guys are curious. I have been really enjoying this new Armani Luminous Silk Aqua highlighter. I have it in the shade number 2. It's like a gold shade, but it just works so well with my skin tone. I just put on a little bit, but I can see the glow. It looks very natural and subtle and beautiful, and I'm so happy with this because I just picked this up from the Sephora sale. I think it was an app exclusive one of the days of the sale, so I did grab it. I also grabbed one of these Superstay Teddy Tints from Maybelline. This is the shade 20 Mascara Tier, so it's like a cool tone, like brown shade. I definitely always gravitate towards more brown shades. What do I think about this lipstick? It's my first time trying it. It is kind of like a soft matte liquid lipstick, honestly. I don't know if it's gonna stain or anything like that. I don't know much about this. I just was curious about this, so I did grab it. I don't know if you're supposed to put this on your cheeks too. I just used it on my lips because it says Teddy Tint, so I don't know if it's a multi-use product, but I used it on the lips. It's fine. It's not like blowing my mind. I was just kind of curious about it. And then for my blush today, I'm wearing the Unearthly Paranormal Plush blush in the shade Burnt Rose. This is such a pretty neutral shade. Not one that I would gravitate towards, but I'm trying to get out of my just buying like corals and red blushes. So I'm super happy that Unearthly sent this my way so I could get out of my comfort zone. That's like the theme of the new year for me, I guess. Anyway, let me tell you what else I have on today. I'm wearing the Christian Dior Stick Foundation. I grabbed this from the sale. My lip liner today is this Makeup Forever pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm so happy I have that. Makeup Forever bronzer is my powder bronzer today. This is the shade number 20, Fiery Amber. And then, of course, I've been using my Chanel cream bronzer. I've just wanted to use this more. It's a great bronzer, and it's been sitting in my collection, kind of collecting dust. So I found it the other day, and I'm like, I need to use that more. It's great. It's expensive, and why not? And then for concealer today, I'm wearing Pat McGrath concealer. This is another one that was kind of just sitting in my collection collecting dust, and I have this in the shade M21. I kind of feel like this is a little too warm tone for me, but I already panned this concealer once, and this is my replacement, and so I will probably attempt to use this up, and then I don't think I'll repurchase this. It's a nice concealer. I'm just trying to actually use things in my collection, and I think one of the things that helps me is not only is it actually using the product, but since I always seem to have a new product coming in, something I'm trying to do less of is buying like backups, especially of things like this that take me forever to use up. So I don't really know what possessed me to buy a backup of the Pat McGrath concealer. Maybe I thought it was like the greatest concealer of its time when it came out, but now I have other concealers I like, and so I would just like to use some things up a little bit more, as much as I can at least. But that is everything that's on my face today, and now that we're done with look number 1, it's time to do look number 2. This is going to be the more colorful look with this palette. Okay friends, now that you've enjoyed the neutral look, it's time to create the more colorful look. I really want to play with the shade Fanged Charm. It's such a cool shade, and I'm thinking that I might try and do something over here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling like playing with that bright shade called Bite Me, and I don't feel like those two shades necessarily go together, but I'm curious to see if I can make it work. So I'm just going to start off with a Sigma E25, and I'm going to go into the shade Bite Me, and I'm just going to use that kind of all over the crease. It's a beautiful, hot, corally, red-orange shade, so I think that'll look really good kind of all over my crease. I don't know if this might just be a 2 shadow eye look, because I don't know what else to include with these really fun colors. I'm just like 2 bright colors next to each other. Okay, so I love how that turned out. Now I'm just going to take the shade Fang Charm and put it all over the lid. That shadow is so pretty. It has like a shift to it. I'm never one to put such a dark shadow all over the lid, but okay, so it might just be the 2 shades. I don't know. I don't feel like deepening it up. I kind of like the spiciness of the look. So I'm going to go into this shade called Rocco, which is an eyeliner I picked up from Glossier, and I'm going to use that in the waterline quick. Okay, I really like this purpley shade. It is nice and deep and very eggplant-esque. I'm just going to take this little blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Bite Me, and I'm basically going to just run that on the lower lash line as well. Just kind of recreating the look I have on the lid, on the waterline. I feel like I have like a red flying saucer on my eye with like a dark purple on the lid, but I also feel like it's kind of different and fun for me, so hopefully you guys like it. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of this look, throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back to tell you what else is on my face today. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I did decide to add some wing liner just to amp up the drama of this look, because I was like, okay, 2 shades seems a little too simple, but I think it turned out really cool and really dramatic. So let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So for blush today, I'm wearing another shade from the Paranormal Blush collection. This is Unearthly's new cream blush formula, and I have it on in the shade Wilted Bloom. This is such a pretty like mauve-y pinky shade, and it's very muted but great for wearing with pretty much anything. And then I have on the RMS powder bronzer today. That is what I used on top of my Chanel cream bronzer. And of course, my other favorite that I've just been loving this week, ever since I got it, is the Armani liquid highlighter. This is so good. I just love it so much. And then for eyeliner, I don't reach for this pen a lot, but it's the Rare Beauty liquid liner. I really like this, and it's very opaque, and you can really build this up beautifully. So if you're in the market for a good liquid liner pen, I would highly recommend checking out the one from Rare Beauty. So for my lip combo, I am wearing a e.l.f. lip liner, and then I'm wearing Merit's Anti-Bites. This is like a really pretty soft matte brown color. And then I hadn't really looked at any of the lip glosses from the Gargoyle collection, so I did open that up, and I'm wearing the shade, ooh, I'm too blind to read this, ooh, Enchanting? I can't see, but it's the beautiful like black gloss with lots of purple sparkles in it, and on top of a brown lip, it just turned it into like a beautiful darker brown cool tone lip shade. So I really like those two together. And then for foundation and concealer, I have on the Dior Stick Foundation, and I'm wearing the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer from LYS. The Dior Forever Skin Effect Stick Foundation is in the shade 4N, and LYS is in the shade TN3. And then to set my face, I did use a little bit of the Makeup by Mario setting powder as well. I've been trying to use that ever since I picked it up during the Sephora sale as well. So that is everything that I used for this look. I really like how it turned out, even though I feel like it was a little simple. I don't know if I always qualify as beauty guru because I'm usually so basic when it comes to my eye looks, but I thought it turned out quite dramatic, so hopefully it kind of goes with the theme of the palette. Now let's go ahead and talk about this palette really quickly. I will say that I wish I could do more looks with this palette. I wish I had more time, but your girl's trying to be prepared and work ahead and work smarter, not harder. I definitely wish I had more time because I definitely feel like I could do the most beautiful like olive look with these shades right here, and we definitely could have done a gorgeous plum look as well. So I was trying to combine a little bit more of an odd combination for this look because I think that I could have gone for a poppy red look or a purpley look. So I wanted to do something where I combined kind of unlikely shades, and that's kind of how I came up with this look. But I feel like there's so many possibilities with this palette. I'm so excited for it. I don't know any of the pricing information or anything like that, but I am an Unearthly affiliate, so if you use my discount code KHMAKEUP, you will be able to save some money on the Unearthly website. I know they have some other stuff coming out as well. I'm not really sure when or any of the details, but keep an eye out on Unearthly's Instagram as well as my Instagram. If I see any more information on any other pieces that are coming out with this collection, I will let you guys know. But overall, this palette has a great formula that I know and love with Unearthly. I really love this layout they're doing with the 18 pans. I know it might be a little too big for some of you, but I think it's perfect and it's just so good. Like the metallics foil on beautifully. The mattes are so opaque and they blend effortlessly. So I think Unearthly has really come so far from when I started trying them. And I'm so excited that you guys are going to get to try this palette out soon as well. So let me know in the comments, are you interested in this color story? Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to ask you guys. Definitely vote down below which one is your favorite look. So if you like the more neutral look, leave me a brown heart, and then if you like this look, leave me like a purple or orange emoji so I know which look is your favorite, because I love asking you guys to vote. I also do want to remind you guys to enter my monthly giveaway. I feel like it's gonna go by before we know it, so definitely make sure you enter this month, and I will catch you guys in another video very, very soon.